Hi everybody, Lisa Rojas here from Bella Crafts Publishing, and I am back today to show you how to create this Magic Iris interactive card. I did a live on this yesterday and I had left one of the important steps out in it, so I wanted to redo the video so you guys would know exactly how to create the card. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, this is the card that we're going to be making today, and this is the interactive part. Here we go. Isn't that adorable? This is from Lawn Fawn, and the die set that I'm using today is called the Magic Iris die set, okay? So this is what comes in this die set. So we have got the circle, what I call the half circle. This is the stabilizer piece. This is the tab piece. This is the decorative piece for the tab that has the arrow on it, so it will show which direction to pull the tab. And then, of course, there's this piece that we have that I call the circle with the arms. So these are the dies that we're going to be using. Let me get those out of the way because I went ahead and die cut everything ahead of time. So first of all, what you're going to need, I'm going to show you all of the die pieces that I've already cut. You're going to need 3 white circles, okay, and then you're going to need 3 of the half circles. You're going to need 3 of the stabilizer pieces. Okay, 3 of those. And then for the actual tab itself, you're going to need to cut 2 of these. I doubled the cardstock on this just to give it a little bit more stability. Okay, so that's the reason why they're 2 different colors. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that for me, I doubled it just to give it a little bit more stability. Okay, and then lastly, we have the decorative piece. There we go. And that's the piece that has the little arrow on it that shows which direction to pull the tab. Okay, so how we're going to get started is, okay, once you have done all 3 of your circles, your large circles, all right, then you're going to take this piece. This is what I call the circle with the arms, right? Okay, so you're going to take this piece and you want to line it up in the center here, okay, of the large circle, and then you're going to run it through your die cut machine just like this. So once you're done with that and you pull it out, this is what you're going to get. All right, so this is what starts. On this particular piece here, you'll notice the 3 notches. And then there's also, I don't know if you guys can see, yes you can, right there. Okay, there's also 3 of these little stitch lines here, and these are going to show you where to place your stabilizer pieces. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. So how we start this out is we're going to take all 3 of our half circles and we're going to take the notch part of it and slip that right into the notch on the circle. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around each piece. All right, and then this last one will go right in here. Okay, so you have all of your notch pieces in there, or your half circles, I should say. All right, so it's going to look like this. Then the next thing that you want to do is take a little bit of adhesive. I'm just using double-sided tape, and you just need little pieces for this. Now, before I go any further, each one of these half circles that I call here, if you can see them, there's little tiny X marks. And that is where you're going to put your adhesive, on every one of those little tiny X marks. So we're going to put one there, and we're going to put one there. There we go, and then one more. Okay, and then we're going to peel our liners right off of here. All right, just like that. Well, need to get another piece for that one because the tape just came right off. So I'm going to add another one. There we go. Pull that one up, and then this is the last one here. There we go. Okay. So once you have your adhesive on there, then what you want to do, make sure that you line this back up. Okay. Just like that. You're going to line that up just like that. And then you're going to take one of your other circles here, and we're going to just lay that right on top. Okay, there we go. Now make sure that that sticks on there really good. Okay, there. Now, once you have this part done, then we're going to flip this over, and we're going to take our 3 stabilizer pieces, and we're going to put them right on where those notches are. Okay, there it is. All right, so what I'm going to do here is just lay down my tape. In the middle of where those little marks are. Okay. And then we're going to peel these liners off once more. There we go. Whoop, again, I pulled the whole piece of tape off. All right, so I'm going to peel this one off. All right, and then just add that other piece again. Okay, now pull that last liner off. There we go. And then, as I said, you're going to line your stabilizer up with those little markings right here on your white circle. And we're going to lay those down just like that. Okay, and you'll see in the stabilizer pieces they have that round edge on it, so that just lines up perfectly with the circle. All right, so now we're going to add this third one right here. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this back over again. Okay, and we're going to take our tab here, and this is what I told you before, that I had done 2 different colors of cardstock just to make it a little sturdier. All right, so what you're going to do with your tab here is you're going to lay it down, and you want it to go right next to one of your stabilizers. All right, just like this. Let me get my fingers out of the way. Okay, you don't want it to go too far over here, because you don't want that big huge space in there, and then you don't want to overlap the pieces. Okay, so what you're going to do is we're just going to put it right there, line the circle up with your tab. Okay, there we go. So we've got a good idea. And then we're going to put another piece of tape right here on our tab. All right, then pull that tape off, or that liner off. There we go. And again, line it up. Make sure you've got it good here, and then also with the circle. And then stick that down. All right, so then once you have that done, then we're going to take the last circle here. And this circle at this time doesn't need to be adhered down, because what we're going to do is add some adhesive to our stabilizers and then fold that up so that will hold the piece on to the rest of the pieces. All right, so we're going to start again with the tape here. And we're just going to put a little bit of tape on each of those stabilizers. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to move that one out of the way. All right, there's one. Here's the last. Okay. And then we're going to pull these liners off. Okay. Make sure that tape's down there a little better. There we go. So you're going to add the tape to your 3 pieces of stabilizers, and then you're going to lay your last circle right on top. And then we're going to take these stabilizers and fold them over. Okay? So you're just going to fold them over and adhere them down. Okay? And then you'll notice as I'm doing this that this does not go, your stabilizer does not go all the way to the end of your circle. And that's how you want it. Okay? So you've got it perfect if it is away from the center there. All right, and then this last piece. All right, we're going to press that down. Okay, now we're going to test. Now, I'll tell you now, it is much easier to test this once it's adhered to something, but the tab is going to pull, so I may have to wait until that step just to show you, just to make sure, but you'll see that it's starting to go. There we go. All right, so we're starting to go. Can you see? There we go. All right. And as I said, once you get it down and you get it stable, then it's a lot easier to move back and forth. So for right now, I'm going to put it back. There we go. And we're going to finish up. All right, so at this time, what you're going to do from here now is take your little decorative piece here, and then this is going to go right on the end of your tab there. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of tape there, making sure that you don't, get any tape on your circle here, because then your tab won't move, and you don't want that. All right, so let's peel that off, and then we're going to add this right on top. There, just like that. Okay, now next what you're going to do then, okay, see, it's a little bit easier, but you see the mechanism moving. There we go. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to flip it back over, and then we're going to take these little notches and fold them down. Okay, so that way they won't show on the outside. So we're just going to fold them down, and then we're going to add some more adhesive, and then we're going to finish up the card. Okay, so for this piece right here, this is what's going to adhere to your card. Okay, so you only want to, at this point, just add your tape to the stabilizers. All right, so we've got our tapes here. And then again, we're going to pull these off. Okay, get those liners pulled off. All right, there we go. Okay, so now you're ready to finish up the card. So to do that, what we're going to do, okay, for your base card, your green cardstock is going to be 6 by 6 or 6 by 12 folded in half. So your finished card is 6 by 6. Then you're going to have your pattern paper here, which is going to be 5.5 by 5.5, and this pink sheet here is going to be 5 by 5. All right, so there you've got your dimensions for your base card. So then what we're going to do is we're going to lay this down on our card. Okay, we're going to lay that down. There we go. Okay, so we've got the card laid down. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to take your circle die cut and cut another circle out of your pattern paper. And this is going to cover up all of your mechanisms here. Now, as you were cutting your circles earlier, your white circles earlier, as you can see with the die, it does have the cut for the smaller circle. So what you want to do with that is you want to hang on to one of those, because that's what you're going to stamp your sentiment on. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to adhere the paper right on to our little card here. Enough little pieces here to get this pattern paper down, because that's the pretty part. Okay, so, and then as I said, then you're going to take one of the circles, and what I did was I used one of the stamps in the stamp set, and it's called You Make Me Smile. This is the stamp that I used. So what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to add a little piece of adhesive on the back of it. As soon as I find my end again. All right, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. So just a little piece of tape here is really all you need. And then again, of course, we're going to peel these liners off one more time. So I'm going to set that off to the side and then pull these off. All right, there's one. And here's the last one. Okay, so before I put that on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this circle that has my sentiment in it, and I want to make sure that I have it right there and it's all centered and pretty. And then we're just going to scooch this down. Okay. I'm going to put it down right there in that center. Right, let me pull this up just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now you've got that in your centerpiece, and then you're ready to lay down your pattern paper on top. Okay, so tip here, when you're putting this circle, your sentiment on the inside, you definitely want to make sure that you get it tucked down underneath the orange. Now, one of the things that you could do is take a pencil and, you know, lightly draw a circle, or draw the circle, and put this on first and then put the mechanism on top. That's just a different way to do it. But as you can see, let me turn this around. As you can see, now we've got it to where it's working, right? Okay. Well, all right, it's sliding just a little bit, but it's working. Okay, so to finish this off, here's what I did. I took one of the other die cut sets that Lawn Fawn had, and that one is called, let me give you the exact names on these sets so you'll know. Okay, so I already told you about the Magic Iris die set. This is the, oh, what is the name of this one? I think it's Ladybug and Leaf. Okay, so it's got 4 pieces to it in this die set. And then we have the sentiment set that actually is perfect for this particular card. This is called Magic Messages. Okay, and it has a whole lot of really cute ones in here. You can use, you know, don't have to use the one I did. They've got a whole bunch of cute ones. Okay, so then lastly, I used this set, which is called Friendship Grows, and I used this tiny sunflower here with these tiny leaves up here, and I'll show you those in just a second. Okay, so to finish off, what I did now with the sunflower stamp, let me move all that. For the sunflower stamp, I stamped it on wide cardstock with a black ink pad, and then of course I colored it in with my chalk pencils and made sure that I sprayed them with some sealer so the chalk won't smear. And then I just cut all of the pieces out, and then I adhered the leaves right onto the back of the sunflower. Okay, so you're going to do 3 of those. Now in the Ladybug die set, what I did with that is I cut out 2 of the larger leaves in this light green, and then in the darker green I cut out the leaf that has these details in it. Okay, so you've got the front, you know, you've got this larger piece that covers the whole thing, and then you have this piece that gives you your intricate little lines and stuff on the leaf. All right, so you're going to cut out 2 of each of these, and then you're just going to add a little bit of glue on, you know, on these really thin lines, and then put them together. Okay, and then lastly for the the ladybugs, I should say, I did 2 of them in red and then 1 in the pink cardstock, and 3 then with this die in black. Okay, so as you can see, I've already done these 2. So for this one, and this is the same way you're going to put the leaves together, you're just going to add a little bit of adhesive on here. You don't need a whole lot. Just a little bit. There we go. Just to make sure that it's going to sit okay on the bottom piece. And then you're going to turn that over and then lay that down. There we go. And then that's how you get your little ladybugs. Aren't they adorable? Okay, so what I did from here then to finish up my card is I took my leaves, my ladybugs, and my sunflowers, and I just kind of put them each in my hand like this, and just kind of folded them up just a little bit, just to give them a little bit more dimension. And I did the same with this one. And then also for the sunflowers, I put those in the palm of my hand, and then I took my thumb and then I just kind of molded them this way. Again, just to give it a little bit of detail, you know, for all of these pieces. And then of course I did the same with all of the ladybugs. So how we're going to finish up then, I'm going to put that one, there we go. And how we're going to finish up is we're going to take, I'm going to take just a little bit of glue here. And we're just going to add the pieces right onto your card. Okay, let me grab a paper towel so I can get some of that off. All right, so we're going to lay one down about here. And then we're going to add another one. Okay, right there. All right, and then we'll add our ladybugs. And then last is going to be the sunflowers. So you can finish them out and decorate, you know, however that you want. But this is how I did it. All right, and then I added my cute pink little ladybug up here at the top. There we go. And then I just added my sunflowers right here at the top. Okay, just like that. So let me show you the finished one more time. Get this one out of the way. So this is what it is finished. And then, as I said, you've got your little mechanism here that will show you that sentiment on the inside. Absolutely adorable card. Lawn Fawn has the best interactive dies for cards that I just love them. They're just really, really cool. So that's it for me. I wanted to make sure that I had redone the video so you guys knew exactly how to create this card since I made the boo-boo. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make one for yourselves, and I will see you guys all next week. Take care of yourselves.